All right, this video is going to show us how we can solve equations using logs, and they're not always going to come out as nice, whole, easy numbers, so sometimes we're definitely going to use our calculator. So let's look at number one. On number one, the way it's written, we can't solve for an exponent, so if we rewrite it as a log, then we'll be able to solve. So we can rewrite this as log base 8, and then remember the x and the 32 we're going to switch, of 32 equals x. And we're going to round on these to the nearest thousandths, which is 3 decimal places. Okay. So at this point, we're going to go to our calculator and punch that into our calculator. So we're going to go to our calculator, and if the base is not the invisible base 10, then we're going to have to tell the calculator what that is. So we're going to go to the math menu. Remember, we're going to scroll up to option A and hit enter. And this one is log base 8 of 32. And hit enter into 3 decimal places. That'd be 1.667. So x equals 1.667. All right, let's try this again on number 2. So we're going to rewrite it as a log. So it's going to be log base 6 of 44 equals x. So in our calculator, we're going to put that in. So we're going to go to math, scroll up to option A. So we have log, base 6, 44. And we're going to get 2 point, round to 3 decimal places. This 9 would round this up to a 2, so 2.112. All right, let's take a look at what happens on number 3. On number 3, remember, if we rewrote it, this would be log base e of 54 equals x. But we know log base e is the natural log, so instead of writing log base e, which would give you the answer correct in the end, we really want to write the natural log of 54 equals x. So in our calculator, to get the natural log, we do not need to go to the math menu. We can just hit the natural log of 54. You don't need to close the parentheses. And then we're going to round to 3 decimals. There's 3.989. Forgot the answer. 989. Oh dear. Okay. So those are pretty straightforward, and you could have done those ahead of time or before with a little bit of practice, but this we need a little bit more. Not hard, just a little bit more. So we'll rewrite this. So we're going to say log base 2 of 26 equals 3x. Okay, well, log base 2 of 26 is going to be a number. But once we get that number, we still don't solve for x. We want to get x by itself. So won't we have to divide that answer by 3? And if you can write it out this way, 1, it'll help us for the next problems, and 2, that's going to be less things that we're going to have to put into our calculator. So let's see if we can get this into our calculator. So when we have a base other than the invisible 10, we have to go to math, go up to option A. So we have log base 2 of 26, and then make sure you get out of the parentheses. Once you do, you can just hit divided by 3, and there's your answer. 1.567. Okay, let's try this again on number 5. So when I rewrite this, this is going to be log base 3 of 128 equals x plus 4. Now log base 3 of 128 is a number, but once I get that number, I'm going to have to do more to it to get x. So to get x, I'm going to have to subtract 4 from this answer. So in my calculator, I need to find log base 3 of 128 minus 4. All right, let's try putting that in our calculator. So I'm going to go to math. I'm going to scroll up to option A. There we go. So we have log base 3 of 128. Get out of the parentheses and then do minus 4. And you get 0.41, well, this rounds up, so 0.417. There's our answer. Okay, let's try one more. This one is going to be log base 4 of 50 equals x minus 2. To finish solving and get x by itself, we're going to have to add 2 to both sides. So our final answer is going to be that x equals log base 4 of 50 plus 2. And that's what we need to put into the calculator. So in our calculator, and to get the log with a different base, at the math menu, go up to option A. So I'm going to have log base 4 of 50, and then get out of the parentheses. I need to add 2 to that answer, and that's going to give me 4.822. Okay, now sometimes for different applications later on, sometimes you're going to need an exact or approximate answer, which is going to give you a decimal and it'll tell you what to round to. Those you for sure need a calculator. Sometimes though, they want an exact answer. And so with the exact answer, it's like you're doing all the work, but you just stop right before you put your answer in the calculator. Okay, so if we're writing these as an exact answer, for the first one, to solve, we would just say x equals, or we could just, if we kept consistent with what we're doing, log base 7, make that look like a 7, of 53 equals x. The next step is to put it in the calculator, so we stop. This is the exact answer. Let's try this again on number 8. Okay, now for our class, we're not going to need to go further than what we've done here. But in the next classes, sometimes you'll need exact answers and sometimes you'll need approximate with decimals. So I want to show you how to write both answers so that you're capable of whatever you need in the next step forward. Okay, so this one is going to be log base 2 of 66 equals x plus 4. Well, we got to get that x by itself, so I'm going to subtract 4 from both sides. So I'm going to get x equals log base 2 of 66 minus 4. Now notice these questions will appear on the no calculator part of your quiz or your test, but there's no reason, we don't even have to reach it. We just, for our calculator, we're just rewriting them. Okay, let's try this one. This one would be log base 3 of 135 equals x minus 1. We don't have x by itself yet, so I'm going to add 1 to both sides. So I have log base 3 of 135 plus 1 equals x. That's my final answer. Okay, last but not least, number 10. Now, when I rewrite this, it'd be log base e, but we don't write log base e. When it's log base e, we write the natural log of 89 equals 3x. And then so to solve, we divide both sides by 3. So x equals the natural log of 89 divided by 3, and that's our final answer as an exact answer. So when it's an exact answer, you stop right before you get to the calculator. So I can put these on the no calculator section because we don't need them. These problems that want to round, that means they want an approximate answer and they want decimals. Those are definitely calculator problems and you can't do them without your calculator.